So at Cheryl's home, they asked her to stay late.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rude of them. She said that she had a talk with their upper manager guy, and he gave him her... No. He gave her his support. Pronouns, use them. About one of the higher up position things that you wanted to try to get.
Yeah, hopefully, because it's actually in the realm of what I studied.
So we just finished watching YouTubers react. Okay, fine.
I've been doing this the whole time. So you can't even say nothing about this. I was doing this since the beginning.
And they reacted to One Direction. So Trippy's comment was actually very good.
Yeah.
Basically said, if you don't know your YouTube password,
you're not a YouTuber.
You don't belong in the top 10%
of YouTube videos. Yeah. Most viewed or most subscribed.
You don't belong in the top 10.
You're not a YouTuber. No.
And apparently the Fine Brothers also agreed because they did the truth thing.
Yeah. I think for a lot of people who don't understand YouTube, it's very hard to understand. They just think, oh, I get views, I make money. But it's a whole other community. And I think the first time we really saw that was at Warped Tour last year. Random people, oh, CTFXC, yeah, cool, and start talking about them. And I think even more so at the We the Kings concert. Who would have thought that, like, Apprentice A, 10 years ago, they probably didn't think, oh, I could go to a concert without being stopped by a billion people. They were stopped by everyone.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they signed our base because we were like, hey, you are an awesome YouTubers. And it's this weird little community that, this eclectic as well community, you have to get it.
You have to be a viewer to get it.
Most people just kind of like, okay, so you make videos and you watch people's lives. That's weird. It's like talking to a friend on a phone, seeing what's up, asking them how their day was. Same as CTFXC, and now it's starting to actually get like that with Apprentice 8 too. Like, we watch them every day. PvP and Casey. Well, they don't make a video every day, but... And it's funny because most people ended up doing a vlog for the same reason as us, to document their lives, to see, you know, where they were 5 years ago. I guess if you don't see the value in that, you could never be a real YouTuber. You just wouldn't get it.
It kind of helps me to remember what we did even like last month.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, that's when we finally stopped the ice cream yet. Gotcha.
Yeah. We know we're never going to be big YouTubers, but we don't care. We're still going to put up these videos every day because that's not what it's about. That's not what it should be about. It's funny because, for example, meeting Charles and Allie, you were meeting a friend.
Yeah. Kind
of thing, because, yeah, they're a YouTube celebrity. Or same with like Corey and Saskia, Corrado, Rihanna, Sam, all of them, Apprentice A. Even We the Kings at this point, because you see them every day in Charles' vlog.
Yeah.
You see what they're up to. You see Danny and Travis do King's Carriage. So it's almost like they're friends. You can have a conversation with them without bumbling all over yourself because you see them every day.
And you see them at their like silliest moments.
Yeah. You see them when they're sick. You see them when they're brushing their teeth.
You see them when they're like half asleep.
Extremely intoxicated. On their birthdays, at Christmas.
You've seen us like that?
Well,
you haven't seen us really asleep first thing in the morning.
No, because I won't do that. One day I'll just stop caring and I'm just going to be like, forget it.
As somebody who enjoyed the 90s
boy bands.
and the boy bands that were there in the 90s,
yes.
Do you at least understand why the little girls and boys enjoy One Direction?
Yeah. I do.
Even though it's not your cup of tea,
yeah.
Obviously. It's like, hey, at least it's something.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, to be honest, if I was 8 and One Direction came out, I probably would have been a fan.
Yeah.
Because I like that music. I know, don't shoot me. You know, like Backstreet Boys, New Kids, NSYNC, I liked all of them. Westlife, My Town. Nah, I didn't really like My Town. I mean, I get it, but I think it's because I'm older now. I still like the Backstreet Boys, but now I can actually critique them. And I can now, at this point, say, this song is crap. Or wow, I really like this song. Or, what were they trying to do with this song? Today's boy bands are just recycling because they knew that formula worked. I mean, it happens all the time in music. I think the boy bands just get more flack for it because...
It's so much more apparent.
Yeah.
I never liked boy bands. Actually, we were discussing what our first CDs were.
Well, my first album was New Kids' last album. Second album. And then my first CD was Backstreet Boys. Like, the self-titled Backstreet Boys.
My first actual CD purchase was
Yeah.
classic Queen. I think that the big reason why I started to re-get into Queen was because of the Wayne's World movie that was out that summer.
Yeah.
And they did the whole car Bohemian Rhapsody thing. Yeah, and then the second CD that I ended up buying was the self-titled Metallica album.
My second one was either Backstreet Boys' Backstreet's Back or Spice Girls Wannabe.
I took a completely different road. I did Queen, Metallica. The next thing that I bought, Nevermind, Use Your Illusions 1 by GNR. I had tapes before there were iPhones and iPods and whatevers.
Before CDs.
And before portable CD players, people listened to tapes. I wore out. Because I made copies of the CDs that I bought. And that sucked. Because there was no nice way of doing it.
No. You had to like play and play.
Yeah. Okay. You kids don't understand this anymore.
I remember that.
Okay?
That's so weird to think about that nobody is ever going to
you
do
will
this
not
again.
You will not know what I'm talking about. But okay.
No.
Think of it this way. So, imagine if with your iPod or iPhone or whatever, you had to hit play and then you had another device. You had like another thing and then you had to connect a wire to it and press record. And you couldn't just fast forward it. You had to sit there and wait and make sure that if something like hit this or jogged it or if there was dust on it, that would skip.
And then you'd
have to start it all over again.
Re-record.
Or if you were lucky, you could hit the exact moment where the song stopped.
Yeah.
And then just start from that point again.
Or the worst was if you just wanted one song and you didn't want to buy the whole tape or CD or album, you had to like sit and wait by the radio.
Radio taping was the worst.
God.
Radio taping was flat out the worst. One tape would be constantly recording in the hopes I would get that one song. And then I would watch the tape and see how much I had left. And if they hit like commercial or if they were in the middle of a crappy song that I didn't care about, switch tapes. And then start the process all over again. You could tell that your tape player was dying when all of a sudden it would eat your tapes. You took the tape out of the player and it was caught on the inside and you're like, no, my beautiful tape. And then you had to carefully remove the tape and then you had to get a pen or a pencil and basically re-spool it.
Oh.
Even if you got it, what would end up happening with some of the tapes, so imagine this is a tape. This would happen. Your tape would get folded like this, because everything would just get stacked. And then when you pulled it apart again, it was like a freaking accordion. And every single one of these grooves was like a hiccup. Yeah, that's one. That's one. See, and then you could put the pens in these little teethy hole things, and yeah.
Or your finger. I had small enough fingers that I could just do that with my fingers.
Tapes, kids. It's a lost art form.
It is. I think we should just say goodnight at this point.
We're both getting colds.
My throat and my sinuses are sucking, and he's sniffly and coughy.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
One of the things that happened when we were at the We the Kings concert was Reminisces signed our bass guitar, and we're hoping that the footage made the vlog.
Because it was filmed. Rihanna was so excited about it.
It's true, she did.
Was like, could we vlog this?
Could we vlog this?
Yeah, we're getting
Hopefully
near
it's
the end
up
of
there.
the video, so we'll see.
Someone else asked to sign their guitar.
We were not original.
It was a bass.
Ours is a bass. He got Travis's though.
Well, whatever.
We did not.
We are in the middle of
No, we're there. We're there.
That's our guitar!
And us.
And us! Oh, hey, let's pause that. Can I pause it?
Yeah, you can pause.
Alright, let's just... Is that copyright? Probably.
That's
Well,
fine.
here, if we take a small video of a picture. So here's us. There's me. There's Chuck. There's Corey Vidal. And there's our bass guitar. How cool is that? And that's Rihanna. Of Apprentice, not like That's so cool. I honestly didn't think it would go in, but that's really, really neat. It's exciting.
Okay, I'm excited too.
I was gonna say, you better be. Come